Hello, everybody, and welcome to Las Lomas High School for the Battle of the Creek women's soccer version. Anthony Schultz along with Brooke Kilgore. And, Brooke, we got a couple of teams in here in Las Lomas and Northgate, big rivals. But one thing about this rivalry, they play a lot of club soccer together, so it's really like a family affair.
Oh, my goodness. Walnut Creek is home to the biggest club area around, surf soccer club, I believe. Yes. Every girl around here loves to play surf soccer, so I'm sure there's a lot of rivalry, but also a lot of friendship and a lot of happiness to see each other again. That's really good to see. Well,
let's talk about the goalies. First, Rachel Burks for Northgate, the junior, having a very good year, does a lot of things well.
Yeah, she just came back off of an injury this week, or last week, I believe. Right. She's playing pretty well. They just took off Akalani's the other day. Coach told us that she's a pretty good athlete, something to look for. She knows when to move around and how to play strategically, and that's something to look forward to this game.
And on the other side for Las Lomas is Sam Pierce, the senior.
Yes, something that could be improved is probably her punting abilities, but otherwise she has great footwork and she knows when and how to move out of the box at any point in time, so I think she's going to be a really strong asset for tonight. Yeah,
as far as these teams will go is how far the goalies are going to take them. Obviously a very important position. So stay tuned. Come on back to Walnut Creek TV for the Battle of the Creek. We'll get it underway in just a moment.
All right, pal.
Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Why do you ask that, kiddo?
Can I play with it?
No, absolutely not. It's not a toy. You know that. Anyway, I need it to protect you, your sister and Mom.
But what about the 8 kids who get shot every day by mistake?
Where'd you hear that?
Where do you keep it?
It's hidden.
I bet it's on the top shelf of the closet, under your sweatshirts. Is it loaded? Remember when I found my Christmas gift? You always told me to be curious.
No, that's not what I meant.
And when it's just me and Mom, I could use the gun to protect her.
No, Justin, I promise. I'm always here for you.
But Dad, you're not always here.
Sunshine through today with seasonal temperatures. We should reach our normal high of about 82 degrees by this afternoon. Clear skies tonight with a low near 70.
I'm number 23 and I'm goalkeeper.
Hi, I'm Ireland. I'm number 23 and I'm a goalkeeper.
Reagan Thomas, number 18, left back.
Sarah Santiago, number 17, center midfielder. Sophia Fulp, number 3, center defender.
Sarah Burks, number 6, center back.
Suhani Singh, number 19, striker.
C.D. Hansel, number 20, midfield.
I'm Grace Tomac, number 14, and I play left back.
Madison Rolick, number 10, center back.
Joyce Portico, number 11, center mid.
Aaron Pagel, number 4, wing.
Caroline Donahoe, 8. Wilson, 24, right wing.
Julia Ogden, number 16, winger and 6.
Shira Lund, 22, outside back. Natalie Mangani, number 12, center back.
Josie Schneider, number 22, right wing.
Kylie Sekulich, number 7, midfielder.
Paige Thompson, number 30, midfielder.
Ava Matheson, number 9, outside back. Paige Horgan, number 17, left wing. Mia Bonavito, number 0, goalkeeper. Sienna Hyde, number 10, center mid. Reese Foster, number 5, center mid. Emma Dela Cruz, number 24, forward. Samantha Pierce, 98, goalie. Ava Zarkui, 21, outside back.
Caitlin Lurg, 23, defense.
Cassie Leon, number 15, defense. Juliet Jones, number 14, defense. Mia Jimenez, number 4, right forward. Bella Rosen, number 6, defender. Lexi Schneider, number 20, defense.
Maya Nelson, number 11, right forward.
Corinne Simons, number 16, midfielder.
Chris Seibel, number 8, holding mid. Haley Nelson, number 25, forward. Noelle Silvera, number 3, midfielder.
Cami Garrett, number 27, defender.
All right, welcome back to Las Lomas, and the ball game is underway. Las Lomas in the burgundy and Northgate, the visiting team in white. Anthony Schultz here with Brooke Kilgore. Battle of the Creek, and of course, Las Lomas having the better year, Brooke, but actually was Northgate winning 1-0 in the earlier meeting.
Yeah, we actually confirmed it. Suhani Singh was the only person to score that entire game for Northgate, and what a heartbreaker that must have been, losing 0-1 against your rival team.
Here's one going out of bounds. And coming into today's play, Northgate 3-5-4 overall, 3-3-2 in the DFAL, and for Las Lomas 9-4-1 and 4-3 in the DFAL. Of course, the Las Lomas looking to the playoffs. Northgate really in much more of a rebuilding scenario right now under head coach Paula Campos.
Yeah, I believe we discussed it previously before we started going on the air. Northgate only has 3 seniors right now, meaning that they're lacking that kind of high-level leadership that you would see on Las Lomas' team, who has many, many seniors. I mean, we can see all the posters down there, but it's just kind of, you're seeing it all over the place, just all the teams rebuilding right now, so it's not kind of a uncommon occurrence at the moment.
Here's Las Lomas trying to work it into the Northgate zone. And going back the other way, Paula Campos for Northgate in her first year. She is a Northgate grad, also played there, graduated back in '98, and has really come back to sort of resurrect the program, if you will. They are in a rebuilding mode as of right now, but not a terrible thing, not a complete collapse. They do have 3-5-4. But this will be this is the second season, Brooke, that they've had the freshman team, and then of course that, and with the club soccer, everybody can kind of build into the varsity, and everybody's on the same page by the time they get to the top level.
There's been a lot of discussion. I know it was brought up in volleyball a lot about having freshman teams, and some schools just not having enough girls or not enough people in general to have them. But I do think they are really necessary in order to develop a team, because it gets people interested in the sport, and you have a base bone for the rest of the years coming. So I think it's a beneficial thing that they've implemented this team.
All right, here Northgate trying to get into that Las Lomas zone here as they kind of joust for position on the far side. And here come the Lady Knights back the other way. This one will go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in here for the Broncos.
Something really interesting about this game, too, is, as we discussed earlier, the connection through club soccer. I discussed with Paige Thompson, who is a defensive middle fielder for Las Lomas. She's a sophomore right now, number 30, and she discussed, It's really amazing to get to play against old teammates, and it's just truly cool to see how much they've improved over time. And I think that really shows the nice part of being teammates with some of these girls is you get to see how much they've improved, and you also get to play against them and hopefully beat them in the end.
Yeah, it's like a big family here, and it's kind of a sibling rivalry we got going on right now. As we said, Northgate won the earlier game, so Las Lomas looking for a little payback. They're supposed to be the team headed to the playoffs with the winning record, but yet it's Northgate who captured that first one, 1-0, going all the way back here, and then finally picked up that time by Burks. Probably Sam Pierce. There's Sam.
Kicks it back in.
To punt this one away, and that's kind of one of those things that we're talking about. Such a valuable weapon for the goalies when they can really punt the team into offensive position.
Yeah.
With a big kick.
It's really detrimental that Las Lomas can get down this field and get in, so their defensive backs have to feel pressure. They have to do something in the end. If you keep playing halfway down the field, not much is going to happen throughout this game.
Las Lomas trying to get something going. Ball staying a lot here in the middle of the field. But if you look at Las Lomas' game log, Brooke, they've been putting up a lot of goals, including the opener of 17-0. I thought that was maybe a misprint, but apparently not.
Yes, it was against Bethel, the high school out in Vallejo, 17-0. No response, no comeback, no chance, just shutting them down immediately. And I think that was a really good start for this really, really strong and destructive offense that this team has.
And even in the other games, of course, they said the record good, 9-4-1, 4-3 in league, so they're winning the majority of their games. And in a lot of these games, they're putting up 3, 4, 5 goals a game. That's not uncommon for them. And they are pitching a few shutouts as well.
Yeah, the most surprising game I think we've seen besides Bethel was the win against Campolindo High School. I mean, DAL defending champions, they've gone to NCS several times, and they took them down 3-0. No answer from Campolindo at all. So I think that really shows how truly prominent this Las Lomas team is.
Here's Las Lomas playing it back. No team has really threatened to score just yet. As the ball continues to go back and forth. And now Northgate trying to work it in the zone. We really have a whistle here, and it looks like they're going to get number 7, Kylie Sekluch, number 7, with the tripping foul. And Northgate will get this possession. Here's a big kick coming out here from Sarah Burks, sister of Rachel. And they tell me those two are very competitive with each other as well.
They must be, growing up playing club all those years. I mean, how could you not?
And you talk about the club situation. For some of these girls, they're so dedicated. Oh, there's one going backwards. And let's see if Las Lomas can play that one. But no, good defense there by the Broncos to kick that one away. But Nether in position. Broncos here trying to press the issue. There's a kick, and that was blocked. Tapped up in the air and rolling over. And then able to corral it there. Not a save situation there, but still the Broncos able to fight that one off with some pretty good defense. And that time Las Lomas as close as we've come so far to a goal.
Defense considering straight to the back block. Didn't even see it coming.
Like,
so. Yeah, I know.
Now Northgate. Broncos trying to press the issue, and that was Sadie Hansel there with the ball, number 20, over the side, and unable to save it that time is Taylin Jurasetapong. Okay, we got to give her a nickname. Now her name's T-Pong.
All right.
That's a tough name.
J-Pong, yeah.
There's T-Pong right there, number 5. Oh, some good footwork here. Coming out of the pack is number 22, Kira Lund, trying to find some room for Northgate. Kira Lund, a sophomore. She's likely a D1 or D2 prospect. And, of course, she plays in the player development program and also plays on Paula's club team. And a lot of the players do. Not all the players play club, but many of them do. Here's one kicked wide left. So not a shot on goal that time, but Northgate making a little bit of noise offensively that last time down. Lady Knights coming out of it. Oh, this one just did get past number 21. Ava Zardakui couldn't handle that one as it goes out of bounds. A throw-in upcoming for the Lady Broncos.
That's seeming to be a problem so far with the Knights right now, just sending that ball out of bounds a lot of the time so far. So let's hope that's not an advantage for Northgate to take.
But as you said, 1-0 the last time these two teams met, so it wouldn't be surprising to have a low-scoring game. But as we said with the Knights, they score a lot, so not surprising to see them have an offensive outburst as well.
Yeah.
And here are the Broncos now pressing the action in the zone, and boy, right near that ball, near the goal. And we do not have a 19. Oh, no, I do have a 19, excuse me. Suhani Singh. And boy, that was very close. Right near the ball, right near the goal. This one's going to go out of bounds. And going to get a corner kick. Our first corner kick of the game goes to the Northgate Broncos. And that will be Sadie Hansel. And kind of low line drive and knocked away by the Broncos at the last moment. Boy, that was pretty close. And here come the Knights going the other way, and then immediately surrounded by three players and having the ball taken away was number 17, Paige Horrigan. So one thing about soccer, you look like you're in the open here where Horrigan is on the side, and then all of a sudden just swarmed over by white jerseys. This one goes out of bounds. The Knights will throw it in here from the near side.
Yeah, we talked to Northgate senior Suhani Singh, and she was telling us that one of the strengths for Northgate in general is their strong defensive line. They're not going to let any ball through, and that's going to be a challenge for Las Lomas' tactical offense, trying to find a way to get in and score those goals that we know they can.
Well, there was a nice crossing pass there, but broken up very well. Madison Rorlick, number 10, able to get into that passing lane and cut that one off and send it out of bounds. Looked like Las Lomas may have a chance to get that ball closer to the goal, but again, some Bronco defense able to take care of that.
They're everywhere.
With it on the far side, it goes out of bounds. So Paula Campos told her about in her first year trying to get this program back on the right track. It's been rocky. And, of course, she's here for that rebuild. And the second year with the freshman program should help as they, build all those players, getting them ready for the varsity level. But always tough when you kind of have to start over with a situation. But one thing about it is with the club teams, Brooke, by the time they get to the high school level, these ladies know how to play.
Oh, yeah, they do. Soccer is that game where you can start at any age and you can become good really quickly. I mean, look at how soccer's taken over the U.S. Everyone's cheering on for the World Cup. I mean, I know people who have become interested in soccer because of the World Cup.
Absolutely.
So soccer ratings are not going down anytime soon, and that's just great for these high school teams.
And over the years, the MLS, which has grown in some popularity. Oh, here's a nice play going through defenders, and then, it's going to be stopped here at the goal. But, boy, that was close. It looked like Northgate had another good shot at it. Couldn't get it in goal, however, but Northgate sort of pressing the action here offensively in the early going.
It's a surprise. Both of these teams are making really, really great offensive starts, and then they're just blocked by the defense all of a sudden. The defense just comes out of nowhere, and bam, you lose the ball really quick. So that's going to be interesting to see how that game plays out tonight.
Sam Pierce in goal, and she's been fairly busy here in the early going. Let me take a look at her there. So the Broncos with a couple of early chances. No, excellent chance I wouldn't say so far, but certainly the game has been played in the Las Lomas end more so than in the Bronco end so far.
I mean, one goal last game determined the fate of Las Lomas and Northgate's rivalry, so one goal again could really finish this game.
Here's another corner kick, second of the first half, only the second of the game. And this one up and over, headed over, and Las Lomas able to get it out of the zone. It was a pretty good looking kick that time for Kiera Lund out of that one. And here come the Lady Knights trying to get something going, go down to the far side, and this one is going to go out of bounds. Trying to get the ball to Priya Seaball there, number 8 on the side, but just a little bit too high. And instead of a breakaway, it's going to be a Northgate throw-in. Toss it in. Coming here back to the middle of the field. Las Lomas trying to press the action, but again, quickly the defense there and knocking the ball out of bounds.
I think with all that field space, they'd keep it in bounds somehow, but they're always playing right to the line every time.
And then playing it into the corner. Ladies joust for it. Coming it out here. Some fancy dribbling, but broken up nicely there defensively by Sadie Hansel, number 20 of the Broncos. Las Lomas looking for yet another chance, and there's Hansel again. Gets it off to a teammate. This one rolling to the middle of the field again.
Oh, miscommunication there.
And just some of those passes, it looks like it's right to one of the players, but if they aren't able to get their feet on the ball and start dribbling, all of a sudden it's going back the other way. Ladies jousting for it all over the place. And back here come the Lady Knights. Down the sideline it goes.
Ooh, that's out.
And they just booted out of bounds by number 6, Sister Sarah Burks.
Player that I'm really starting to notice right now is sophomore Paige Thompson. I believe we brought her up already, but she really said that Las Lomas' strength is really having the ability to quickly attack and break a team down and possessing and moving the ball as fast as they can upfield. So we're going to see a lot of that tonight, I'm sure.
Out of bounds, this one goes. Another throw in for Northgate. Sarah Burks, sophomore, plays on the back line. She started every game so far this year, scored a couple of goals. And they tell me that she's great in the air, so those 50-50 balls, they are winning those battles. And then if it's like from a punt, a throw-in, any kick in the air, and her ability to head the ball and her timing has been great. So they've been winning a lot of those battles, allowing them to attack once they win that 50-50 ball. Back and forth we go. This one to the side, and now here come the Knights with it. Horrigan had it and had it knocked away.
It's a great play.
And that's Kiera Lund again. And right there, Brooke, we had a situation where it was one-on-one, and you're thinking if Horrigan could get down the corner and maybe kick it to the side, try to center it for a teammate, but Kiera was having none of that.
Being rushed like that, your smartest decision. I mean, you see in basketball all the time, just throw it at a defender who's not really looking at you and get the ball back and reset and just get ready to score again.
And this one booted away. The way they use the hands and the arms to kind of create space for themselves. And this one just pinballing around here on the far side. And here comes Reagan Thompson, number 18, trying to get it to a teammate, and it looked like she does. Erin Fagel has it in the corner, trying to center it for a teammate, and then she does, but it's broken up nicely by Las Lomas. And that looked like that was number 21. It's Ava Zardakui that time who broke that one up.
It was a great steal, great read of the situation right there.
But they were able, this one goes out of bounds. It's going to be off of the Broncos, and the Knights will throw it in here from the side. But they were able to get it down there and get the ball centered to give them a chance. So again, I'd say that's about the third reasonable chance for a goal here so far for Northgate, playing, toe-to-toe with their crosstown rival. Taking a look at the DVAL, as this one goes all the way through. And this one's going to be gobbled up that time. Here's Sam, pretty busy in goal coming out there, and we talk about that, knowing when to come in, when to come out. And Sam Pierce played that one pretty well. It's also, one of the things that the goalie has to do is kind of read the attack and what's going on, because if you leave too early, you could be in trouble. If you stay back too long, you could also be in trouble.
Well, Northgate's goalie is a lot to worry about. Senior Emma De La Cruz, number 24, has the highest amount of goals on the team, 15 goals out of 14 games. she's going to be unstoppable going out there, and that's something you got to look out for.
And there's Rachel able to get to that one and kick it away. And here come the Knights. They have it broken up. Body hitting the floor this time, and now we're going to have a whistle, and that one is going to go against the Lady Knights. And a free kick upcoming here for Northgate. Their sister Sarah Burks doing the honors.
Good kick.
And this one going to stay in bounds. No, just should trickle out. And now a throw in from the side, getting a bit closer here for the Lady Broncos. Let's see what they can make out of this. Unfortunately, right to a Las Lomas defender. Now the Knights trying to get it back on. There's a little roll, and they're going to kick this one right back to the goalie. And, of course, when they do that, the goalie cannot touch the ball with the hands. As they play it back to Rachel there. And this one's going to go out of bounds. So we talked about the 17 for Las Lomas against Bethel of Vallejo. Las Lomas won first 4 of 6. They tied Miramani in that stretch. That was 1-1. They beat Pinole Valley and Benicia by a combined 10-1 and finished that run by beating College Park 2-1. So they certainly got off to a good start here for the Lady Knights this season.
Las Lomas
stretches.
Yeah, Las Lomas women's soccer has been pretty dominant over the past couple of years. I believe they made several NCS appearances and have tried their best to make it to the championships. So we'll see at this point if they do make it this year.
So a lot of competition. Knights looking for it. Oh boy, a little. Not sure she meant to do that. Here's a centering kick, and this one tapped over and just wide left. Very close for Las Lomas. And boy, was that number 7? Or was that number 1? Trying to see who that for Las Lomas, who got a left foot on that and just left it a little bit wide to the left. Boy, that was close. That was I think the best chance, best opportunity to score so far tonight, going to the Lady Knights.
You are really seeing why it was only 0-1 last time they played. Nothing is getting through these ladies at all. Ooh. A little collision there between the Knights.
And this one off to the sideline. So it's Campolindo, 9-3-1 overall, leading the DFAL. 5-1-1 in league. Acalanes second. And this one taken away by the Lady Knights. They get it ahead. And it's coming way out of the goal. De La Cruz over there with a chance, but instead it is going to be Rachel Burks actually beating her to the ball. And again, see, there's a situation, Rachel Burke, I got to come out of the goal here, or they're going to have an opportunity to score. She obviously made the right decision that time.
I mean, that is really, really important. Reading the situation, being able to come out of the box and see, oh, I need to go downfield and go, besides getting stuck in the box. Sometimes goalies get stuck inside the box, and it really is a misfortune for their team because now they can't really do much in there. And she's reading that ball really, really well.
Yeah, when you make a mistake, you set up your opponent offensively, and when you make the right play, you completely turn them back, and this one going to be kicked out of bounds. Who touched it last? I think it's off of Northgate, so it will be a throw in here from the near side for the Lady Knights. And that's Zardkui here going to toss it in.
Shoelace problem.
So Las Lomas coming in in the 3rd place. Clayton Valley Charter, College Park, Northgate, and Alhambra. And the Bulldogs 3-8-1 overall, but in the DFAL it's been a little tougher for the Mountain Martinez as they have fallen now to 0-7.
This league is not the nicest league, so if it's a rebuilding year, you're going to struggle.
Oh, nice play there. We're going to trip it. We are not, and now we are with the late whistle here. So that'll be against the Lady Knights. Another free kick upcoming for Northgate. So Northgate in the early going kind of playing in the Las Lomas end with some offensive opportunities, but lately it's kind of shifted back, and it's been the Knights with the opportunities in the offensive end going against the Broncos.
I think playing conservatively at the start is beneficial because you save your energy, you can read your opponent a little bit better, get a feel for how they're playing, and then shoot out towards the very end, and that'll be a great opportunity for you.
Now we have a whistle. I think we have an injured player, I believe. Somebody's down there. Take a look. think it's Suhari Singh, number 19. Boy, she's kind of blinking her eyes there a little bit. Was that something in the face or the head?
I think she
didn't see what
headed
happened.
that ball. I think it was yeah. Medical staff is coming out. Our athletic trainer.
Take just a minute here to check on that. Only hope she's okay. I mean, you don't think of soccer as being a problem with head injuries, but the ladies heading the ball and sometimes knocking heads together when they're going for those headers. And Sakari coming over, and you're going to check her out right now.
That is, again, senior Suhani Singh. She told us she was so excited to play in the Battle of the Creek because she loves the atmosphere and the rivalry that comes with it. And this is where they have the most fans, and the feel of the game is just really intense. So it's sad to see her have to walk off to the sidelines and be assessed real quick.
Can only hope that she's okay and she'll have a chance to come back in the game as they resume play here. And the Knights deal with it in their end. Samantha going to kick this one to the side.
Ooh.
Oh, some fancy footwork in front of the Northgate bench there for Las Lomas. This one going back the other way. Northgate trying to get some offensive play, but done nicely, kicked away again by the Knights. And boy, so many of those offensive opportunities. You think you have an opportunity to score, and at the very last second, one of the opponents is kicking the ball away, and they're going back to the other side.
Just a tangle of legs. Soccer's always baffling to me how you can play without your arms and hands. Like, just got a lot of trust in those legs.
And a big part of it is body position,
Yep.
like a lot of posting up, like you'd say in basketball, but doing a lot more of that on the run. And you can see, when you say you can't use your hands, well, you can't like touch the ball, maybe, for the field players, but they are using their arms and their hands to like sort of push and use leverage against their opponents.
Oh, it's so physical. They just push someone down over there.
And you know you're going to get kicked.
Oh, yeah, shin guards.
That's going to happen all the time.
Shin guards protect you so much, but your feet can go flying, cut your thighs. Like, I'm sure it's a lot more painful than it looks.
And we talk about the clubs, and a lot of the players, play for Walnut Creek Surf.
Good steal.
And Las Lomas, and quickly taken away, but coming back down the sideline here, and they're going to race for it into the corner and try to keep it in, and it just does go out of bounds. And racing for it for Las Lomas, look like number 24, and I do not see let's see, what's that?
Emma De La
Yes,
Cruz.
Emma De La Cruz, number 24. Talk about how much success she's had this year, and kind of hoping to get one that time, but just does go out of bounds.
Funny to see, a total of 15 goals, and no one is even close to her right now. So you can tell she's clearly their top offensive player.
It's like a little give and go situation there. There's De La Cruz again. Tries to get into a teammate, but quickly knocked away by the Bronco defense. So talk about these players playing for Walnut Creek Surf. A handful of players from Sebastian's team over there for Las Lomas. Handful of them play on Paula's team now. And, of course, it's the Diablo Wolves, La Marinda, and the Mustangs out of Danville on those club teams. And so the players coming up, playing at a young age, playing against each other. And the amount of soccer they play, this sport is not seasonal for these ladies.
It is like every single day. I mean, look at Walnut Creek. We've turned into the sport hub of the Bay Area. I feel like every single sport is here, but soccer takes triumph. I mean, we have Copa over in Shadelands, and a lot of people go there to train as well. So you can see soccer wherever you go.
We talk about it not being seasonal when the ladies are done at high school, and then they're kind of moving on to college showcase, and they're going to be doing some travel, and they're going to be packing some bags and racking up some frequent flyer miles. They're going to be going to Vegas, Arizona, Ohio, out to Davis. And that's just to showcase the skills. Scouts and everything from the colleges are going to be there to check this out.
Hopefully Southwest doesn't cancel their flights going there.
So that's after the high school season ends, and they reconvene for the showcases, and bodies hitting the floor here, hitting the ground, and that got a big ooh and ah from the crowd, but thankfully nobody injured. So they'll reconvene in February for the showcase, and then the club starts in June. So then they're back at it again, and then of course they go on for that, and then the high school season starts again.
Can't imagine what these parents are feeling like traveling almost every single day.
So if the parents ever ask, you know, oh, that's a nice save to get on the ground. Rachel Burks. That is the best save so far of the evening. And Rachel Burks coming off that injury looking pretty spry there, making the diving stop.
I would have had no idea she was hurt 2 games before today.
But if a parent's ever asking, you know, one of their daughters, like, okay, so when does soccer season end? The answer is never.
They're going to get a giant laugh to the face.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
Level of commitment extremely high, and you can see all the running they do. You can't be in fairly good shape and do this.
Yeah. I know. I don't think I can run like that anymore, at least. Some good footwork right there.
I think we're down to 11:20 to go here in the first half, if I'm reading that clock right.
Yeah, 11-12.
Partially. Oh, here come the Lady Knights. Coming out of it is Rachel, and she puts it away at the very last moment.
Ooh. Emma De La Cruz is on the ground still.
Boy. Yeah, De La Cruz a little slow to get up. The fans here at Las Lomas not happy about that, wanting some kind of call to be made. None forthcoming. But there is Rachel Burks making another nice play coming out of goal. We talked about that earlier, and she's played it very well so far.
She's got that confidence. I mean, having a player coming, like, running directly at your face and being able to have the confidence and just kick it away, that's amazing.
Las Lomas back on the offensive end. I think Sister Sarah able to kick this one away. The Knights trying to keep it in Bronco territory here. The Bronco defense able to turn them away once again here as this one goes out of bounds.
Camera guy almost took the hit there.
So Rachel Burke, she plays surf, one of the captains, good athlete, very quick, good leader, great foot skills, and we've seen some of that already today. And they will be distributing the ball back to her a lot tonight. Very confident goal, and again, knows when to come out. She's shown that a lot here. So her second game back coming off the injury, and just having her back there really gives the defense especially a lot of confidence, knowing that they have somebody behind them. If they take a chance or they kind of miss a play, she's going to back them up. And this one going to kick out to right side of the goal as the ladies chase it down here in the corner. And the Knights trying to thwart the Bronco chances here.
Good stop of a corner kick right there.
Off to Schneider. And then booted upfield. All right.
And we've got the Knights chasing it.
Here's Kylie. Left foot and diving stop made by Rachel Burks. But boy, Kylie Sekulich with a shot there. And Burks making yet another save. But another good opportunity for Las Lomas. And you can, when the ball gets close to the goal like that, you can hear the crowd getting up for that situation, anticipating a score.
Las Lomas parents are in the student section right now. But yeah, soccer's all about the angles, and if you hit just the right angle, it'll work out for you. But I think she just had kind of an off angle right there, and it was a little hard to put through.
So the ladies jousting for position that time. There's Paula Campos there in the hat. See her in the dark jacket.
Very bundled for the winter time.
Yeah, dressed appropriately, I would say. And down to the corner, this one will go out of bounds. Throw in here for the Knights from the far side. You can see the bodies together trying to gain position, get that best angle at the ball. And a whistle stops action here.
It's an offsides call.
Offside's going to be the call?
Yes.
So going back the other way. And Northgate here to boot it. Here's Sister Sarah. Like I completely turned around there. Now in a scrum here, in a big pile. Coming out with this, the Broncos, and then a trip. And I think we're gonna have. Are we gonna have a free kick situation here? Hitting the ground.
There was number 4, Erin Fagel.
Yeah, it's looking like it.
We're gonna have a free kick over here for the Broncos.
And it looks like it's going to be Kiera Lund, number 22.
So it's a free kick, but a pretty fair distance from the goal, and a whole lot of players up there. So See if you can get this one in the air and give a teammate a chance to kick this one goalward.
Las Lomas did score a very pivotal goal against College Park on Tuesday night off of a free kick. It went straight over their heads and just curved just enough where it landed in the goal that the goalie couldn't get to it. Sadly, that wasn't enough to help them beat College Park.
It popped into the air. Ooh. Nobody able to get a head on, but this one hit goalward and just wide to the right. Boy, it wasn't struck very well, but very near that far post.
I feel like everyone's heart stopped just right there.
Boy, a good chance for the Broncos here as they almost turned that free kick into a goal. I mean, sometimes you can see where you don't think they have a good chance to score, and then all of a sudden the ball's just going goalward, and very fortunate for the Lady Knights. That one was wide right. Samantha Pierce playing this one to a teammate. It's trying to keep this one in bounds, and they do. We'll see if they can get it up the sideline. Broncos trying to make this work in their favor, and now back to the middle of the field. Wow. So, of course, just had the World Cup not too long ago. Everybody getting so excited about soccer, the big moment, and of course, you know, the world's attention on the game for a very long time during the course of that tournament.
Yeah, we went over to my mom's friend's house, and her son could not stop talking about Leo Messi. Like, that was the only thing that could be brought up every single minute, and that's the reason why I got into soccer. So it's amazing to see legends like that inspiring the next generations to keep playing the game that they love so much.
And the world certainly loves this game. Oh, Pierce able to grab that one. Flings it out to a teammate, and that is Josie Schneider, number 22. She got it out to, but this one's going to go out of bounds here on the near side. But on the coaching staff here for Northgate, you talk about World Cup, is a very great player. Cici Doamar from Brazil, played with the Brazilian national team, and at one time was regarded as the best women's player in the world. And then given number 10, you know, in her early part of her career, sort of to pay homage to Pelé, the great Brazilian player, three-time champion, as we look at the bench for Northgate. And she's the kind of player that signs autographs. Ooh. You know, she's kind of, people have posters of her.
Might have to go down there after the game.
My nephew, who's really just gotten into sports, he's really gotten into soccer, he knows who she is.
Really?
Like, wow.
Wow.
She's pretty famous.
So does everyone in Walnut Creek, I'm guessing.
Amazing. And she and Paula go back a long way. They played together, and they played some semi-pro ball together. Paula played for the Sacramento Storm in one of the women's leagues. Now, they kind of come and go with some of those leagues, and very hard to kind of get a foothold. And you know, obviously plenty of talent to go around, but I'm always wondering with some of those leagues, lacrosse leagues, you know, minor league basketball, stuff like that, where it goes away, maybe we're just sports saturated.
Yeah.
So much to choose from.
Feels like a crime to not be a part of a sport in Walnut Creek. But it's good for teamwork skills. I mean, it teaches you real life abilities, how to work together in a team, how to build trust, how to communicate. So those are lessons that are great to develop so young, so you can go out into the real world and know how to do it. And I think that's why sports are promoted here so much.
And Cici actually, for a time, known as the Queen of Brazilian football.
Wow.
Made her international debut in China in 1988, and that was FIFA's first invitational tournament for women. And she, of course, given that number 10 to pay homage to Pelé, and what a great honor that was. And of course, when she was first growing up, Brazilian, here's a kick, and a nice save by Rachel Burks to knock it away. And this one going to go out of bounds, and Rachel Burks, and that's got to be at least the third save of the day, and that might have been the most exciting one yet.
Was just about to go, and all of a sudden she shot out of nowhere, and I was just shocked over here.
Beautiful play from Rachel in goal. And unfortunately, it rolled over the end line here, Brooke, so it's going to be a corner kick, first one for Las Lomas, and this one's centered up, and the header just did miss, and it's going to go out of bounds. Very close. It looked like somebody had a chance to get a head on that to send it goalward, but just a little bit high. So even though there's still no score here in this first half, the action going back and forth quite a bit here.
These Battle of the Creek games are never dry, I can tell you that. Any kind of sport, football, basketball, volleyball, lacrosse, soccer, anything like that, it brings out a crowd and an energy too.
Do they have a Monopoly team?
I don't know.
I don't know. Ping pong?
We might have an esports team.
Why
I know
not?
that's a thing now.
Hey,
Esports Battle of the Creek.
There are professional
True.
video game players, and they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's on TV sometimes. Yeah,
Some schools, that's the only sport that wins like state championships.
You're kidding me, really? No, it's true. It is.
It's just not something I ever thought I'd bring up at a soccer game.
Well, they can put poker on TV. Why can't they put video games
bowling
on TV?
TV,
Right?
like
There you go. All right, Sarah Burke's able to punt this one away.
Ooh.
Off the head, off the shoulder. Here comes Las Lomas. We're inside at 2 minutes. We'll see how much more time the officials allow. We did have that one stoppage for the injury. So not exactly sure how much time is left here in the first half, but we know it's starting to wind down. A chilly night here in Walnut Creek at Las Lomas High School. Walnut Creek TV, where TV comes home. Anthony Schultz here with Brooke Kilgore, and what's been a scoreless but yet exciting Battle of the Creek soccer game. And here's one to Rachel. Oh, that one was just too easy. Got to see Rachel die for that one. There she is. But another shot on goal for Las Lomas. They've had some chances here. Both teams have had some chances. We've had some exciting moments, but nobody has broken through just yet. And now we have body hitting the ground. I think it was Priya Seabowl. And now a free kick upcoming for Las Lomas.
Here it comes.
Here comes Thompson, the sophomore, giving this one a good boot. Headed back the other way by the Bronco defense. Seabowl with it. Feet getting tangled there. Trying to get this one goalward, but frustrated again. And here go the Broncos trying to get this one to go the other way.
Ooh. They're just everywhere. There's no openings, really. And if you do get the opening, you get met with Pierce or Pierce or Burks, and there's no happy ending there so far.
And the opportunities go away very quickly.
Ooh. It's almost very out.
This one centered.
Oh.
Trying to play that ball to their feet. Such an important skill for the soccer players. When they play the ball off their body, try to get it to the feet as fast as they can to try to make a play. And there is Samantha catching that one in the air, but that was a shot on goal that time.
I believe that's the end of the first half.
The first half. So that will do it. Both teams with their opportunities, nobody able to score. A 0-0 at the end of one. Stay tuned here to Walnut Creek TV, and we'll be back with the second half right after this.
Yay.
Bro, I don't know. I honestly don't think we should have had Jessica drive.
Yeah, bro, Katie's about to be so fun. It's so worth it right now.
I'm really in the movie right now, dude. This is awesome. Oh god, everything's so moving so fast.
Stop sign.
Hello.
I think we're fine.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you about it. Oh my god.
It's act normal.
How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good, officer.
Good. Hey, the reason I stopped you kind of rolled that stop sign back there. Do you have your license registration?
Yeah. That one.
Is that your license right there? In your hand?
Oh yeah.
If I could grab that from you real quick. And Nick, is it?
Yeah, Nick.
Nick, how much have you had to drink tonight?
I I haven't had anything to drink.
Nothing to drink at all? How about you over there? Did you drink something?
Nah, I haven't drinking anything.
Because I'm smelling alcohol coming from the car. Is there a reason for that?
I haven't had any.
Nothing at all? Go ahead and come on out. We'll do some field sobriety tests, and we'll find out where you're at. Okay? Turn right here for me. See where my light is? Right here for me. Look where my light is.
All right, yeah.
See?
Right here.
Okay. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
All right.
Deep breath in, and blow. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's the thing, is you have to kind of recognize what it is you're drinking when you're drinking and maybe call for a designated driver or a taxi, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right, getting set here to start the second half here in the Battle of the Creek, Northgate and Las Lomas. A 0-0 tie at the end of one. Brooke, both teams having chances. At times, Las Lomas was controlling things in the Bronco end. At times, the Broncos were controlling things in the other end. But Rachel Burks in goal today has been outstanding.
Oh my God. As we said earlier, she just came back from an injury just a game ago, and she's playing like there's nothing to lose out there. And I love to see that effort from a goalie, especially because they don't do a lot. They kind of sit there and wait for the ball to come back, and then they get their couple minutes of action. But she is selling it every time.
And she made like 3 outstanding saves.
She did.
And a couple other times she read the attack well and was able to come out of the goal and thwart what could have been Las Lomas scoring chances. All right, second half underway here in a 0-0 ball game. Jousting forward on the side here. There's Priya coming up with that one, has it knocked away. And again, knowing when to come out of the goal and play that one there.
She read that perfectly, or else that Las Lomas player would have had a straight shot at that goal, and it would have been game over.
That was Rachel making another play, making those judgments. I'm going to kick it back to her. Can't pick it up here, and Rachel booting it away.
She's not fazed by anything they're giving her right now.
Still waiting for our first goal of the game. We can look at that log, and this one kicked up and over. And that one is out of bounds, and chances, the offensive chance here for Las Lomas thwarted again.
Wrong sport. That would be football if it went through the field post. Yes, no referee calling that 3 extra points for the team.
So talk about Northgate, 3-5-4, 3-3-2 in league. A win and a couple of ties to start the season. They beat Alhambra 3-1 back in December. A couple of losses and a tie followed that. And a 2-2 tie against Clovis on December the 17th. And then they beat Las Lomas. That was that 1-0 game. But they have struggled since then. But, so not a completely rough landing in terms of the rebuild. We've certainly seen situations where the bottom completely falls out and you're going all season without a win. There's a corner kick from Las Lomas. A line drive and quickly booted away there by Northgate, and the Las Lomas, the Lady Knights, going to save this one on that far side. And this one, Broncos going to save this one. The Broncos trying to get this one up that far side. This one out to the open field and then just pooched away there by Las Lomas.
That was Northgate's second successful defensive play on a corner kick from Las Lomas, and it was just great to see that they could pull the stops and force them to rethink how they were going to approach that ball.
And chasing this one as it goes out of bounds. That was number 24, Adela Cruz, who hit the ground earlier, but looks like she has come back and is feeling much better at this point. And you're going to get knocked down sometimes. You're going to get some bumps and bruises, and you'll be able to get back into the ball game. And a couple of bodies hitting the ground for both sides today, but fortunately no serious injuries.
Got to be tough to play this sport, and these women are very, very, very much tough.
Yeah, this one booted through, knocked away again. I'm trying to look for some room there on the far side, taken away nicely. Boy, look at that footwork is so good. But boy, staying right on it that time was T-Pong, number 5, staying right with that one. Oh, good looking move there. Going to try to center this one. Off to a teammate, and this one is blocked by Northgate. Boy, Las Lomas with a good chance there, but one of the Broncos at the last moment there got a foot on that one.
That's the thing about soccer that I've noticed, at least someone learning the game, is that you build up so much. It's like, you know how in football you get your yards, you move down the field, but one little thing can kill a momentum at the last minute, late minute interception or something like that.
You had the great move in the corner by Mia Jimenez, number 4, and then she was able to center the ball right in front of the goal and had a teammate get a foot right on it. But unfortunately, a Bronco foot got on it too and didn't even get close to the goal.
If you just have that really good eye-foot coordination, it tends to work out. You can place yourself wherever you want, and you can snatch that ball away without a second thought.
So Sebastian Ortiz, the head coach, took over for Jeremy Hull, and also Walnut Creek does the whole Walnut Creek Surf Soccer Club. And he's with the Diablo Valley Wolves there a couple of years as well. So many of his players, you know, going back and forth, as we said, on these club teams. And the coaches know each other, known each other for a long time, coached with each other. So take a look on that Northgate side. There's Cece right on the bench there. The great women's players of all time. Should I ask for an autograph? I'm not really an autograph guy.
I think you should.
I always feel a little like, really? I don't know.
I mean, you have one of the greats over there on the bench. Like,
I know my nephew would be thrilled.
Oh, he would.
He would be thrilled about that.
That's a good reason. Just blame it on the nephew.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah, not for you.
But can I get a picture?
Wish you were here. Like,
well, not often you see some athlete of that stature around here, and I'm sure the area must be just absolutely thrilled to have a person of her stature be a part of what's going on in soccer here in the area. Down the sideline. And for some room, this one centered and knocked away at the last moment.
Wow.
Boy, and there defensively, number 3, Sophia Fulp. And Sophia Fulp able to get onto that one and prevent that one from going. Sophia Fulp, the freshman center back. Very rare to have a freshman starting there. 5 feet, 100 pounds. But very solid, tremendous player. Also plays on the club team. Plays the ball out of the back very well. Great passer, always looking up. And actually, they're telling him that she's quite a leader, a verbal leader on the team. And, you know, just unusual to have a freshman playing at this level anyway, but to also be a verbal leader and hold other players to account, very unusual for a person so young, for a player so young, being just a freshman.
Big team sports like these are rooted in communication. If you cannot communicate with another player on your team, there's no trust, and your whole team falls apart from the inside. So it's really effective, especially to have someone so young already taking on that leadership role. That's going to be great for them in the future.
Oh, this one headed backwards here, going down into the corner. And jostle here out of it. Las Lomas trying to get this one, then knocked away again.
Wow.
So the Knights offense, and we told you how good they've been, but completely frustrated here. And we see a couple of teams here, Brooke, that are going in completely different directions right now, completely different levels, but head-to-head. And so far, between the two teams, just one goal scored.
How does Las Lomas beat Camp Olindo 3-0 and Camp manage to take down Northgate's defense? I mean, you took down one of the greatest teams in the division, and Northgate's defense is still stunning them every single time. No response to anything that they're giving. So it's kind of a shock to see that.
And Campbell's one of those perennial powers.
I know.
in the league here in the DFAL, and always a good team over there with the Cougars. And if you're, Las Lomas, you can beat the top team, but the team that's on the bottom, well, maybe part of it is they know each other so well. I'm not sure exactly how to explain it.
You just can't play down to their level. That's the thing. If you get a mentality that you're better than another team, you're more susceptible to playing lower because they may be playing lower than you, and they may be losing that confidence slowly and slowly.
Well, you do see some teams from now and then in whatever sport kind of playing down to the level of competition, but it's hard to say down for Northgate, when you're going through a process here of rebuilding.
That is very true.
And yet you can play toe-to-toe, literally and figuratively, right with one of the best teams in the league.
I mean, although Northgate is second to last right now in the rankings, I mean, they beat Las Lomas last time. So, I mean, if you do one of those funny stat recordings or whatever where they say like, oh, if you beat this team and they beat that team, technically you're better than that team, you could say Northgate's better than Campo right now.
But looking at the standings, we won't say that.
No. Love looking at those Instagram posts like, oh, technically this team is totally better than this team and we should have beat them. And
But over now, a game and a half between these two teams, just the one goal scored. And not a whole lot of offensive punch here in the second half thus far, but still a long way to go here for the play here in this evening. All pinballed around. There's Priya getting a foot on it. Coming out to Sekulic, and then going down. Now we're going to have offsides call, and Las Lomas are going to protest vigorously here, and you can hear it from the crowd. Pretty sure the offsides was the call. It was one of those very funny plays in soccer is where the last defender gets back. And if the last defender can run up really quickly and the offensive player is beyond them and gets the ball to them, that is offside.
When they first brought that play up to me, I was like, oh, football offsides. Like, clearly someone is jumping across. No, it's just if they're slightly in front of them. And I'm like, okay. I'm going to challenge that.
Football is very distinctive at the line of scrimmage. In soccer, that line is moving all the time.
And it doesn't exist in like half of the other sports. Like, what? I mean, what if she's running all the way down to score a goal? You have to wait for the defenders to catch up to you? Doesn't that kill the purpose of the game? That's just coming from an outside view. All right, I have very little knowledge about soccer right now, but I am trying. Make the goals bigger.
This one going out of bounds. And, I think one of the knocks has been on soccer as far as America, adapting to it and not just playing it so much, but watching it a lot more, is that they don't score enough goals.
True.
In the other sports, they're always doing everything, especially in, say, football. They're always doing everything to improve the offense's chances. In soccer, as you took with the offside rule, they're not doing anything to improve the offense's chances.
My favorite memory was my dad telling me he woke up at 6 a.m. to watch the France, I can't remember who they were playing, but one of the France World Cup games. And then he comes into my room and says, they did not score like anything at all that game. I woke up at 6 a.m. to watch them kick the ball around the field for like 2 hours and nothing happened. It's pretty real.
When you have good defense and you see the goalies making the plays that they need to make, and little body hitting the ground there, no call. This one stays alive. And this one, he kicked off a Northgate player, and that went off of Suhani Singh. It'll go out of bounds, and I think Las Lomas will have a chance to throw this one in.
It's a good sign to see that Singh's back. She's the one who did suffer that scary head hit or something like that in that first half, so I'm glad to see that she's back.
Yeah, well, injuries, part of the game, but you just hope nothing serious. Of course, several weeks ago in the Buffalo-Cincinnati game, we saw that one young man, Hamlin, not be able to get off the field. And all of a sudden, the reality kind of hits you all at once. And a big part of sports is we can put so much into it, be so intense about it, but in general, it doesn't really have any kind of real impact on your life. And then all of a sudden, something like that happens.
Well, I think it's also just the idea that, yes, injuries can happen, but it's also your love of the sport that has to keep you going. You can get hurt doing anything. You can. Oh, scared me. These happen in the middle of time.
It was going in the goal, but it went behind the goal that time.
Man. But no, like back to what I was saying, like injuries can happen at any moment, and that DeMar Hamlin's case was very, very extreme, hitting him in the chest at just the right moment, at the wrong place, right time. But these girls keep playing, and they keep going through injuries, and it's just astonishing to see how much effort and commitment they put into every single play that they make.
Now, we talked about the commitment they make year-round. So many of them, if you want to play. One thing I always, liked about sports is, you play for a while, and then you're done playing, and then you go on to something else. Soccer, it's not like that. If you want to get to the next level, and there's Rachel Burks with yet another save with a shot on goal. And I've got it unofficially now at 5. But
might be 6 or 7.
Yeah,
there were some smaller ones there.
It's got to be at the goal.
Yeah.
And
the parents have to react in order for us to really count it.
And Samantha going to boot this one out of harm's way. Goes out of bounds, and the Lady Broncos get a chance to throw it in.
Yeah, I remember at the start we discussed that their coach was saying that Pierce really needs to work on her punting abilities, and that's an example right there. If you kick it out of bounds, that's a great spot for Northgate to be in right now, and that could be a lost goal, and there's nothing you can really do in that moment.
Yeah, I mean, those people who can just punt the ball into the offensive end, very, very valuable to a team. But of course, if you're pitching a shutout, we'll take that too.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Pierce is doing on one end and Burke's doing on the other end. Gonna chase this one down to the corner. Are they going to call this a corner kick or just a throw-in here? It's just going to be a throw-in here for Northgate. 0-0 second half of Battle of the Creek Women's Soccer. Into the 25th minute here of the second half.
That's an aspect that always stood out to me in soccer, how the clock just keeps going. And of course there's added time at the end, but I mean, you grow up watching football and basketball and you're like,
why is the clock still running?
And then in professional sports, it goes backwards. That was so stressful watching for the first time in like some restaurant being like, why are we at 60 minutes and going up? Thank you, high school sports, for having a limit. Thank you.
Soccer does go the other way. Here's one beating the goal, and this is going to score! And the Broncos are on the board first! And I think, who's going to get credit for that goal? I think it's going to be Erin Fagel, number 4, and her teammates are mobbing her, and just like that...
Number 22, I believe.
In the 24th minute, they're going to give it to number 22?
I believe so. She's getting all the hugs and kisses.
22, Kiera Lund is going to get the goal. There is Kiera, and Northgate really feeling it right now, ahead of Las Lomas by a very familiar score of 1-0.
See, it always happens when you're least paying attention to it.
Just when you think it won't happen, here a body hits the floor, hits the ground, I should say. It's going to be a Las Lomas player. That is Thompson, Paige Thompson there.
This could be a very similar setup to the last Northgate-Las Lomas rivalry where 1-0 was the final score. We have our first goal of the game. Who knows what could happen next?
And this one popped into the air, so it's Las Lomas here on the short end of a 1-0 score. And how shocking would that be with this matchup and the way these teams are going this year for the team on the bottom of this whole thing in the standings to sweep the team on top.
Yes.
Broncos out with it, looking for some room here.
Ooh.
Suhani Singh there, number 19, and she hits the deck. Boy, it's been a tough night physically for Suhani. Slow to get up. Now she is on her feet, thank goodness.
Hope there's not a personal vendetta against her or something.
Boy, Sarah Brooks took one off the head that time. I think that one got her more than she got the ball. That one looked rather painful, but she doesn't appear to be any worse for wear. And this one going to result in a Knights throw in here from the near side. Knights need a goal. Here's Thompson. She's been kept quiet here tonight by this Bronco defense. There's Priya playing defense right there.
It's relentless. It's like a swarm of white just coming at you from all angles. And if you can't get your offensive players near you, you can't do anything about it.
No, there was number 4 Jimenez in burgundy there for the Knights. Looked like she was dribbling the ball upfield only to have it taken away and immediately surrounded by a couple of white shirts. And that's really where the Broncos have been all night with their defense. This one down the sideline. Lady's going to race for this one. And the goalie's going to come out and boot it away. So there is Rachel with another good play to knock this one out of harm's way, at least for the moment.
Being a goalie is so stressful. Running out of ball, someone's coming at you full speed, and you're just like, I'm gonna kick it out, you know, just to be safe. They could tackle me, and I don't know.
And you're running into somebody who's trying to kick something.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it could be you.
Full force, full leg forward, like that's gotta hurt.
This one popped into the air. Las Lomas looking for the equalizer here. Thompson got a foot on it. Oh, played nicely by Jimenez, but has it taken away. And then it's going to be off Jimenez, as kicking that ball was Suhani Singh. And Jimenez, as you get a good look at here, number 4 right there. Well, the ladies playing very tough here tonight. A lot of jousting for that ball. And it's Singh here to throw it in for the Lady Broncos.
Jimenez is a really, really big defensive player right now, or like offensive, excuse me. She's everywhere at the moment. She's running up and down. She's setting up those plays so that Emma and her counterpart can go up and try and score, and that's good to have on your team, someone you can rely on to make those tough plays.
So here in this second half, the Broncos have broken through. It's Kiera Lund who gets credit for the goal, and that is the difference in the game right now. 1-0 again. Oh, and Priya able to get a foot on this. Broncos playing it back now, and you know, the last thing I think the Broncos want to do is try to rest on the laurels and just hope this 1-0 lead will stand up. And you got to figure at some point with the goals that this Knights team have scored this year, Brooke, that you figure eventually they're going to break through here. And we'll just have to keep waiting and see if that does happen here tonight. And knocked away. And boy, this one pinballs off a couple of players. And now we have an injured Bronco here. And that is Reagan Thomas, the junior. And she is in obvious pain down there, as you see on the ground. And we had a collision. I think she got kicked that time. We'll take another look at that if we could. But boy, that one looked painful. This is going to stop action here for the moment. You're going to want somebody to come back and come out and look at her. So for Northgate, we talked about that 2-2 tie against Clovis on December the 17th. And then, of course, they beat Las Lomas. They struggled since, going just 1-3-1. The win was against Alhambra 3-1. We talked about the Bulldogs struggle out there in Martinez. And the tie was back on the 5th against Clayton Valley Charter. And the last time out, they were beaten by Acalanes at Northgate 3-0. So they had a period where they were playing pretty well. Things have kind of gone south since then. But it looks like they're going to get off the deck against their crosstown rivals, maybe. Still quite a ways here to go, as ticking into the 18th minute of this second half.
League is always more stressful, I feel like. Those first, 10 or so, or 5 to 10 games before league, it's, kind of carefree. You're just playing teams that are there to help boost your record, but you hit league and suddenly it matters. Suddenly you have a ranking, and it's really stressful, I feel like, as a player myself. It was just, you hit league, everyone's emotions and attitudes change.
Yeah, I mean, they even call it the preseason, right? So those are the ones that you're playing, and, counts for your overall record, of course, and as for at-large playoff bids, that's something that they will look at, but obviously it's going to go by what you're doing in the league. Here's Rachel to boot this one out of here, getting this one over a teammate on the far side. Someone's trying to take it away, and here comes the Knights forward, but then thwarted really quickly by the Knights. Pinballing around here. Now both teams struggling to get the ball into the offensive end. This is where the stays here in the middle of the field, and the Broncos going to be okay with that situation right now because they lead it 1-0. Boy, and another kick in the shin. Looks like another injury. Checking out a calf muscle there on the far side. Trying to see who that is. Well, that is going to be number 22. That is Lund. Kiera Lund over there. Like making sure everything's still in place, and apparently she's okay. Able to trot back on the field.
Lund was the one who scored the goal earlier. Goal. Oh.
All right, now ready to resume play. Throw in here for the Knights from the far side. Priya gets to a teammate. There's that header battles right there coming off his shoulder.
It's like a basketball tip-off.
And those are those 50-50 balls that Northgate has done quite well with this year. Such another important part of the game. Trying to give your team as many opportunities as possible. And this one down the sideline and headed back the other way by the Lady Knights. There's a good-looking pass. Get it over to Kiera Lund, but has it taken away. And here comes Las Lomas down the far side. You can hear the crowd start to get into it. And this one a little bit too far. This one's going to roll out of bounds. Try to catch up to that one for the Lady Knights was Nelson, the sophomore, trying to chase that one down the side. And boy, see right there, just a little bit too far because she looked like she was going to have a chance to center that one and give the ladies in Burgundy a chance to score. But unfortunately out of bounds, and a chance to kick this one away here for Rachel Burks.
Sometimes your momentum is just too great in that moment, too much adrenaline, and you just overshoot. And that was an instance of it. It really cost Las Lomas.
So it's the Knights looking for the equalizer here. Broncos have put up a goal here in this second half to take the 1-0 lead. And now trying to hold on here. They, of course, love to get that second goal. And the way things are going, a second goal looked like it salted away. And there's a body hitting the floor a couple of times.
Oh, my gosh.
And now crashing over each other here, and a whistle blows. Boy, it looked like bodies colliding there.
Sarah Santiago, I believe.
Yeah, Santiago involved in that fracas, but boy, that
was a tackle.
Yeah, that looked very physical on both sides, and Santiago hit the ground a couple of times and then had a Knights player trip over her.
I do have to ask how those headers just do not give you a concussion. That ball is not light, and you're taking it with like 10 miles an hour coming at it. Like, that has to be some kind of pain.
Oh, there's some good-looking footwork there from the Knights, but again, the ball got a little bit too far away from them, and a Bronco defender able to kick it away. Here's Thompson down into the corner. The Knights see if they can center this one. They do, but kicked away by the Broncos. Las Lomas trying to keep it alive. Here's Priya looking for some room. Gets it to a teammate. There's one on goal, just off and wide to the right. And Rachel will let this one roll out of bounds, and she'll have a chance to kick it away.
It's just they've come so far. I mean, we're already down to the 13-minute mark, and it's just surprising to see how many times they've attempted to shoot at the net and how everything's just rolled outside. They just can't get a very clear angle.
The Bronco defense has played wonderfully here tonight. Looking for their 4th overall win in this game. Of course, it would be the 2nd against the crosstown rivals. Here's Burks to get it to a teammate. But so in the last several minutes anyway, Brooke, the good news for Las Lomas is they're playing a lot of this game in the Bronco end of the field. Oh, a nice give over there. Defenders racing over, and they just thwart the attempt by kicking it away. Singh's got it. Trying to get this one down the sideline, but she's going against 2 defenders here, and they're going to take it away from her. Looks like this one went out of bounds. Suhani, a whole lot of work. Substitution here coming from the Las Lomas side. Number 22, Josie Schneider, the senior. And now the ladies here getting a much-needed rest.
I know.
You can see some heavy breathing going on out there.
That's the one thing about other sports. Like, there's so many breaks and pauses, and basketball, there's so many fouls. Football, there's just breaks after every play. Soccer, it's continuous. The clock never stops. These girls are playing constantly, except for when there's throw-ins or free kicks, and it's just... I'm glad they did. I'm glad they got the break.
I mean, I guess sometimes you got to get your rest when you can. If the action is somewhere else on the other side of the field, maybe you can get a blow there. But as you see, it's just back and forth all night long. Jousting forward on the sideline. And the Knights need to get this one on the offensive end. But here are the Broncos kicking this one out of bounds yet again. And the Knights will go chase it here. Look at the Las Lomas bench.
Half covered by tarp, yeah.
Kind of, yeah. See one on the side. Where Knights think that they're going to have a chance to throw it in here near midfield. Here's Seabowl. Getting it to a teammate. Good looking footwork there. Going to send this one across the field. Trying to make something happen here, trailing 1-0 and getting late here for the Lady Knights of Las Lomas. Broncos, this one back into the middle. Boy, body hitting the floor, no whistle here as we continue to play. Here comes Page out with it. Gets it off to a teammate, and this one's sent ahead and knocked away by Sarah Burks there at the last moment. Pretty involved in this fracas. The Broncos able to take it away from Seabowl. And then look at just completely surrounded by defenders. And somehow trying to find some room for that one.
My favorite is like 90% of these shots Las Lomas takes ends up in like the back legs of a Northgate defender, and then they just take it and they run with it. Like they're not even expecting it half the time. We have a player down.
We have a whistle here, and we have a player down. Slow to get up. And number 12, Natalie Mangani. And Natalie going to come off the field. A bit gingerly there.
It's looking like a cramp, so hopefully nothing bad. Just, it's cold out there, and you're kicking so much, at some point you might cramp up. So
Natalie Mangani, center back. Always trying to make the right pass to start a play. They like her composure quite a bit. And they do really like her passing skills, and of course, you know, big part of getting the offense going is making the right pass, and she's quite good at doing that. This is going to be sent wide to the right and out of bounds. So the Broncos finally getting some more going here in the Las Lomas end of the field. Looking for goal number 2. They won't get it here, and the Knights trying to come back the other way. Priya, wide open field for her. Broncos able to take it away. This one pinballs off a couple of players, going to stay in. And this one's going to be kicked off a Bronco player. And the throw in here upcoming for the Knights, Erin Fagel. Had that one go off her last, so the Knights will have a chance to throw it in.
she blocked that hard enough. It should have been pinball, and she should have lit up or something, or some amount of points should have popped up. It was a very, very hard block.
So for Las Lomas, that loss in Northgate came on January the 3rd. They won 4 straight from January the 13th through the 21st, and in that run, they shut out Campo and Benicia, outscored opponents 14-2, Brooke, but they lost the last time out 5-2 against the Falcons in Pleasant Hill. So they stumbled a little bit, but got on a run again. And then stumbled. Boy, that is going to be a push here. And that is going to be, I think, are we going to get a penalty kick here?
Oh.
Boy, that was clearly a push in the back, and called for that is going to be Sarah Burks.
Shoved down Emma De La Cruz, I believe.
So you hear the Las Lomas crowd here. And we're going to have this one basically a corner kick and then up into the air. And this one's going to go over the back of the goal. So very fortunate for Northgate, but boy, that right all of a sudden there, it looked like Las Lomas a real good chance to score.
Crowd was excited. You could feel the energy. Like, although no one wants to be shoved down in the motion of running, it was very exciting to see that Las Lomas had a chance to score right there.
But it's going to be a corner kick from the far side. Here is Priya, and Seabold will let it fly. Let's see if she can get this one in the air, and it's going to be a line drive, knocked back. And the Broncos able to just quickly thwart the opportunity here for Las Lomas. Thompson. This one sent back the other way nicely and way down the field. And it's for the Lady Knights, it's go chase.
That's the risk with those low kicks. There's a chance a body's going to deflect it, and there's no real chance it'll get over the net. So if Las Lomas can't push back into that end field, it's going to be really quickly Northgate's ball, and they're going to spend a lot of time on this side of the field.
I've seen a lot of times, Brooke, where they do those low line drive corner kicks, but it does seem to me if you get it up in the air and let somebody try to get a head on the ball, it's like a much better opportunity. But you got to figure they play a lot of soccer. They know what they're doing. This one's going to go out of bounds.
Well, at some point, if something isn't working, I mean, in volleyball, we're told just bump the ball back over the net. Just send it back at them when they can't think and make them react to something that they're not used to. Las Lomas might start utilizing some quicker plays, making Northgate have to think and move a lot faster than what they might be used to. So we're going to see a lot of maybe different and maybe interesting plays happen in the next couple minutes.
Throw in here from the near side for the Lady Broncos, and this one kicked out of bounds by Las Lomas, so we'll do the same thing, but just several yards upfield here for Northgate. So for Las Lomas, Tuesday they'll be at Alhambra, and then February the 2nd here against the Dons, and then on the 7th they'll play host to Camp Lindo.
Ooh, rematch.
Dun, dun. So some good matches coming up, and even though that match with the Bulldogs you wouldn't think would be close, but you never know. Here's one kicked goalward, and this is going to be off the
wrong
crossbar.
Side of the goal, guys. Wrong side of the net.
Off the crossbar of the football goalpost. So the Broncos trying to get goal number 2, not coming here that time. And the lead remains 1-0 in favor of Northgate. And now Broncos trying to make something happen here on the offense, and then taken away nicely by the Knights. Priya got a leg on it, right to a Bronco player. It was Talon, number 5. And this one sent goalward, but wide to the right.
My goodness.
So, and just as we said, the Knights were playing so much on the Bronco end of the field. Now it's kind of switched.
Yes.
The Broncos end on the Knights end of the field, but since that last goal, nothing really coming of it.
I do think the momentum has clearly shifted in favor of the Broncos. Energy is probably wearing out. Momentum, something is going on. Ooh.
Boy, and now we're going to have the goalie grabbing the ball and then knocked down. No whistles forthcoming. And Samantha able to get rid of this one.
I almost yelled roughing the passer, and then I realized what sport I was in. No flags. There's got to be a foul for knocking down the goalie, right?
I think so. But I guess that let them play, but not here.
Boy, hitting the ground hard there for the Broncos. It is getting late here for Las Lomas. And you wonder how much time they're going to add to this for. And of course, the Knights are going to be looking for that here, trailing 1-0.
And this one boot over, and Thompson able to get ahead on that one for Las Lomas. The Broncos doing a very good job of keeping this ball in the Knights' end of the field. And getting away momentarily, then turning, kicking it out of bounds. And good a smart play right there. Let your defense get back and get set. Always a very smart thing on defense. If you figure the other team's got the numbers and you don't have the bodies down at your end to play defense, kick the ball out of bounds and reset.
The clock has officially stopped, by the way. Just throwing it out there.
So now with the injuries and the pauses they've had, we'll add some time here. But we know now officially it's late in the ball game here for Las Lomas, and they need the equalizer here, trailing it 1-0.
They might hope to be pushed over soon so they can get that possible penalty kick.
Kiera Lund with the goal in this second half, and that has been the only tally for either team. And the Lady Broncos trying to sweep their crosstown rivals here in the 22-23 campaign. Rachel going to pick this one up. She'll come and punt it away. There's a pretty good leg into this one. Knights have got to get something going here, and you can hear the cheering from the Bronco end of the field. They can feel the sweep. And boy, I'll tell you, you talk about, putting a feather in your cap this year for all the things that is going on with Broncos soccer and where they've been, to be able to sweep the crosstown rivals, the very potent offense of the Las Lomas Knights. That has got to feel really good for Paula Campos and her crew.
And I mean, anything can happen in sports. I hate to bring up football for the 50th time tonight, but when Las Lomas was playing Northgate for the first round of NCS, Las Lomas had the lead for the first half, and then all of a sudden Northgate came and swept them away. So this is truly a battle, and people are here to see this, and anything can happen. Anything. That is the end of my football commentary, I swear.
Well, we do have the championship games coming up, so we'll give you a little bit of break on that. A lot of us are in football mode. Here comes a throw in here from the far side.
This could be it.
There's Talon. Time trickling away, and look where the ball is. Coming out of the Las Lomas side here. Knights have got to get this one upfield and in a hurry. Here come the Knights, running out of time, and this one going to be booted away, but it's going to go right off a Knights player, and that one looked like it hurt.
Ow. That hurt up here, and I didn't even take it.
Looked like it went off of De La Cruz, number 24, and just, again, ouch. Point-blank range, I'd say, at that time, too.
That was an interesting choice by Pierce to send it kind of nearby and not really shoot it deep. I mean, you would hate to end the game playing kind of close to home when you could send it deep and hope your offense could make a play closer to their net. But
here's Thompson with it, trying to find some open space so she can do just that. I'm sure, Brooke, to try to get this in the offensive end, but he knocked out of bounds by the Lady Broncos.
Northgate's bench is really excited over there.
Going to throw it in. Broncos have got it back. Kicking it up the sideline. Pinballs around. The time is running out. And there are the whistles, but that is not for the end of the game. I think they're just directing traffic here.
Everyone is on edge right now, waiting for that final whistle to blow. It's been 1:57 for a very long time now, so.
I don't know how much time is left.
I have not been keeping track.
I know it's not very much. I know that.
Feels a lot longer than it is. Send it deep. That's the only thing you could do right now.
Kick it over here to the side. Priya is going to play it. She's got some room. So the sideline it goes. Up the near side. Here comes Las Lomas. Do they have one more in them? And that'll do it. The whistle sounds. And that is the end of the ball game. And the Northgate Broncos have swept the Las Lomas Knights in the season series here in the 22-23 campaign. And look at the happiness and the joy coming from the Northgate side.
Wow. Again, it happened exactly the same way. Again, late score at the end of the half, and wow, it's just just amazing to see that they did it again.
Kiera Lund early in the second half getting the goal that made it 1-0. That one holds up on identical scores from earlier in the season. And how about that? You talk about anything can happen. 1-0 twice for Northgate over Las Lomas. And when you look at the standings, Brooke, you got to be a bit surprised about that.
I think this really means anything could happen in league at this point. So it's really interesting to see this change happen so soon.
So for Las Lomas, they fall to 4-4 in league, 9-5-1 overall. For Northgate, they get their 4th win of the season, 2nd over Las Lomas. They go to 4-5-4, 4-3-2 in the DFAL. And Rachel Brooks, we talked about her in the early going, several saves, especially in that first half. Her play was clutch, especially coming out of the goal, all those things we talked about. She had a great game.
She really did, and it's just amazing. Again, I know we keep bringing it up, but coming back from an injury is not something small. She came out, she showed out, and it's just really cool to see that Northgate took that away from them.
And how about that? She gets another shutout, and that will do it. For all of us here at Walnut Creek TV, for Brooke Kilgore, I'm Anthony Schultz saying good night from Las Lomas High School.